there is no difference between her and her fans. Like Beyonce fans look like Beyonce fans because Beyonce look like Beyonce.
Mhm.
But Taylor Swift, if she was standing out in the crowd, if she didn't have on like the stage costume, you wouldn't know. I wouldn't be able to pick her out of the crowd. Is all I'm saying. Like Taylor Swift don't look no different than anybody other person did be walking around, and I think that's probably why she's so popular. Because
Oh
she
yeah,
would
for
get
sure.
lost in the crowd. She would get lost in her crowd of fans. Like seriously, like I wouldn't even like if you just put up a whole picture of Taylor Swift and her fans, and she didn't have on like anything identifying, and you would say Taylor's in this picture. Bro, done.
Like,
It's like
where's Waldo?
Waldo. Bro, but see, at
Yeah.
least Waldo had on like the red and white. You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't be, bro. Is that her? Nah, that's not it. We gonna be here a while. 'Cause I'm telling you, yo. I'm telling you. And I don't even know what she sounds like. It was this song that we was listening to for a long time, and I thought it was Taylor Swift, and it wasn't. It was Demi Lovato. And like I didn't not Demi Lovato. What's that girl's name? Ariana Grande. I had no clue. I had no clue. I don't even know what she sounds like. So the only song I actually know of hers is "Shake It Off."
Yeah, I thought when I first like saw Ariana Grande, I thought he was like 12.
Yeah, that's
Ariana
why.
Grande,
Yeah.
Yeah,
isn't she like? Didn't she just turn like 21?
nah, she's older.
No,
That's why
no,
it was
no,
a
he
shock
like
when Big
30.
Sean was messing with her.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah. It was like it was weird, man. I mean, it just
What?
seemed kind of like
Big Sean was messing with Ariana Grande?
Yeah, that's what that song is about. That I don't fuck with you, you little
oh,
stupid
I
ass.
didn't know that. Oh
What?
damn. Oh, well, I didn't know that
I
shit.
mean, he claimed that it wasn't later on, but
No.
Well, he also claimed it wasn't about his ex that, passed away. So who was it about then?
Hey, is he still Janae Echo?
yeah, they got back together. I think they got like 2 kids now.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
he went and grabbed her out the streets. He went and grabbed her out the streets.
Well,
He
Nah,
knew he went and grabbed her out the streets.
she wasn't in the
No, and I'm not
streets.
saying before she got there is what I'm saying. He went and grabbed her. Like before she got out to the yard. He was
Oh,
like, "No, no,
okay.
no, 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 I'm back. I'm back.
Yeah,
Let me go ahead and lock this down. I was about to trip. I was about to trip. I'm tripping. I'm losing it." He went on ahead and did the right thing, and I ain't even
yeah.
mad. Nigga, he ain't even making music like that. He chilling, like, and I ain't mad about no parts of it. I did the same thing. So, my bad. I'm tripping.
Yeah.
I was bugging. I was just playing.
Like,
I
yo,
was just
she got a
playing.
song called Pussy Fairy.
Right. That's what I'm like, bro. He went. He was probably listening to her shit. Spotify hit her leads. Like, man, I'm bugging. Where's she at? Let me like, I'm tripping like a motherfucker out here. Like, all right. So my bad. Back on
Yeah,
track. All right. So after, before Rob Whitaker,
it was Jeff
wait a minute, my
Neal.
bad. Singer, who'd you have you had Whitaker too?
yeah, I had Whitaker.
All right. So who's before Whitaker?
Good old Jeff Neal and Ian Machado Gary.
Oh yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
that fight.
Yeah. Well, we kind of knew how that was gonna go.
Yeah, I mean, I
Is
went back
that is that fucked up to say?
huh? Oh,
Is that fucked up to say? I mean, was anybody really shocked? I mean, wasn't Neil the underdog, like by a large margin?
plus 195, not too large, but you know,
Okay. So he
it
had a
was good one.
fighting chance. He had a fighting chance.
And it was a split decision, but pretty
I
much,
mean, yeah, it was kind of a close fight.
Ian was running the whole time, and Jeff just didn't know how to cut off the cage to stop him from running. Like if he just would have moved to the
Why not?
side faster and punched him,
But
he
why
could have won.
not?
I don't know.
Like
He was
Jeff
like
Mill was
running
the
around in a
vet that was
circle.
supposed to, yeah, chasing him. He's following behind him.
Yeah,
Like, nah, bro.
but you know,
Dogs
maybe his
chase
ring
cars.
rust. He's coming back off an injury so maybe it was like some sort of ring
So
rust or
ring
something.
rat? I don't know. So what was they doing in his gym? If you can't tell, like seriously, and I'm being dead serious, if you can't tell to cut the ring off, you know what I'm saying, with your track record, what are y'all doing in the gym, yo? Because
I
who's
don't know.
worse, the runner or the chaser? Like, I mean, seriously, dogs chase cars. Like, a smart person cuts the car off. Like, you stop chasing him. Make him face you, or just go stand in the middle of the ring like Max Holloway do. Like, just go stand there. Nah, yo, come over here, yo. The ref will will bring him over there. Like, I'm not chasing you around, yo. That's crazy. It's a fight. You gotta fight me. It's not outside, you know. I'm not doing that. Like, remember you used to fight somebody and you gotta keep running behind them to get that first. Like, come on, yo, stop backing up, stop backing up. Like, I'm not doing that. Yo, it's a fight. We paid to be here. You gonna come over here and we gonna fight. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah. It wasn't I mean, it ended up being a split decision, and Ian Gary won, which I predicted, but it wasn't like a striking
Decisive.
performance. Nah.
Okay.
I mean, to me, he clearly won, but it wasn't, it was one of the worst performances of the night, I think.
Yeah, I haven't heard much press about it. That's when I really wasn't really paying attention. So I kind of missed that one. Since we lost Mr. Superior. So who was before Gary?
Marab and Henry Cejudo.
Okay. Oh, Henry Cejudo.
Cejudo, yeah.
Right. Triple C.
No, yeah, Marab.
Yeah, Marab pretty much put a beat on him.
Yeah, and then there's a whole controversy where he gloves in the ring and they didn't give him the mic. And at the post fight, Dana was like, "This is not his moment. He already did this. We're not doing it again."
Oh shit!
Damn.
Because
right, well, you already retired. It's not even retiring right now. It's just quitting. Like,
yeah, like
you're not retiring now.
Yeah, and I got some backstory from the MMA hour earlier. So, Henry he retired, and then at the post fight press conference, he was like, "I mean, I'll fight again if it's some more money." So basically, he was just trying to get more money, and Dana and them didn't like that. Especially it was the beginning of COVID, and they were trying to figure out what the future of the company is going to be, and trying to get more money out of him. So. Yeah, they don't like him.
I see what you're saying. Right. So we're not going to do this a second time and shit.
Yeah.
I favor you for sure.
So when he needs the money or something.
Why don't they make the old niggas fight the old niggas, yo? Like, it's a lot of old dudes still fighting, yo. Like, why don't they make them fight each other? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, seriously. Like, these cats would always say, what's his name? Dominic Cruz has always said some cat ducking him, somebody ducking him. That's a fight I wish I would have been able to have. Why don't they make them fight? Like, let them fight each other. Like, there's a lot of interest in there. There's a bunch of fans like us been watching forever. You know what I'm saying? I would love to watch fucking. Who would he fight? Put Henry Cejudo in there with who? Who's still fighting from back in the day?
I mean, Wonder Boy.
Oh, I'd see that. Are you serious? Put him in there with a striker? You know what I mean? Are they in the same weight class?
Can't be. Colby Covington wants to fight Wonder Boy now.
Why?
And then now now Ian Gary wants to fight Colby Covington. So now it's
yeah, that didn't make any sense to me.
But that he can get that fight though. He can get that fight because both of them are sliding, but have enough of a name. If you put them together, that might make one decent fight night.
It's gonna be a terrible fight.
I mean, because I don't want to see Colby Covington fight Wonder Boy. Like, all he's gonna do is wrestle him. He's not gonna try to strike with Wonder Boy. He's gonna wrestle. Like I don't want to see that fight. I don't want to see that fight at all. It's boring.
I don't want to see Kobe fight anybody after this last one. Like, just go away.
What happened to ring rust? What happened to ring rust? What happened to ring rust? Cody Covington can't get ring rust.
Not when you talk that much shit.
No,
It has to be.
absolutely.
It has to be a certain ratio of shit talking to ring
Right.
rust. Like,
No, I agree 100%. I agree 100%. He looked terrible in that fight. He looked terrible in that fight. Like he wasn't even ready.
and,
Yeah.
and Kobe used to be one of those guys who I couldn't stand, but I would
He was
always
good.
like my money would be on him, kind of like how I'm with Rodriguez now. I don't like him, but if he's fighting, my money's on Rodriguez.
He did not beat Sean Strickland.
Yeah, I don't think he won that fight either, but you know, I don't mind.
I watched it. Everybody keeps saying Reddit, right? Going crazy. If you still think he won, you haven't gone back and watched this fight a second time. So I watched it again. He did not beat Sean Strickland. Split decision Sean Strickland is how that fight should have gone. Minimal. He did not win. Like he didn't win the UFC championship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Did he? And then he didn't even he didn't fight like a champion, bro. Like he didn't even. He didn't. I don't see it. And then it was definitely a headbutt. Like I don't understand why people were denying the headbutt. It was clearly a headbutt. They were right up against the fence. He leans in. There's no blood. He comes back out of the fence. Now he's dripping from the side of the head. Sean was cleaner on the strikes. It looked like he landed more. Like, I don't know. I don't like that dude. I don't like that dude at all. Like, he's like crazy disrespectful. And then he just laughs it off like, oh, we were just messing around. Like, that dude sucks, bro. That dude sucks. Like, I can't wait for him to get his ass kicked. Who is supposed to be next for him?
Who did they say? Hold on.
Because there's a number one contender. Because I think Strickland wasn't really interested in an automatic rematch, even though he should take an automatic rematch.
Let's see. Win from Sean Strickland. I mean, possibly him and Rob Whitaker could run it back. Who else is there? Let me look at the rankings. UFC rankings.
I'd like to see Whitaker. I'd like to see I don't know. It's been a while. He's gotten a lot of wins since he's gotten some wins since then. Actually, no, wasn't that his last loss?
Yeah.
Wow.
So
I don't know.
Number one contender, you got Sean Strickland. Number 2 is Izzy. Number 3 is Rob Whitaker. 4 is Cannonier. 5 is Vittori.
I think Cannonier could beat him. Healthy.
Robert Whitaker.
Huh?
Be Robert Whitaker.
Duplessis.
Oh.
No, seriously, healthy Cannonier. Because he's well rounded and he's got heavyweight power. Like,
hey, he was a heavyweight. It's crazy.
That's what. Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
exactly.
It's nuts.
So I think Cannonier could beat him. Cannonier was. I thought he did well against Israel Adesanya.
Yeah, but that was one of the most boring fights
fight
ever, though.
Didn't he take that fight short notice? Like, wasn't he like a backup?
Yeah, I think he might have been. That's kind of how he got his rank up.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So he couldn't just go in there and risk getting knocked out and then just getting sent right back down the rankings. You know, he had to, kind of pace himself. So I think, given an opportunity, I think Cannonier could beat him. And I'm being dead serious. Healthy, full training camp, focused. I'd take Cannonier in that fight. Now, Robert Whitaker, I don't know, bro, because that was the fight before this one, and he knocked him out. So it's like I can't just be like, yo, I'll give it to Rob. And it's like, I don't know, because it was like a punch that he should have seen coming to me. You know what I'm saying? But in the ring, I mean, in the octagon, I mean, it's different.
Yeah.
The feint's real, the height is real. That motherfucker's really right in front of you. So I don't know what I'm talking about, but it seemed like it kind of was coming. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. But that's why I said he just kind of needs to be a little bit more violent, a little more aggressive. Like you're more ferocious than these dudes, man. Like they show him training, it's like, do that. Like, where's that at? Like, why are you doing that shit in the gym, bro? Where's that shit, man?
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
Hold on. Fresh off the presses, Michael Chandler just called out Conor McGregor on WWE.
Oh my god.
On WWE, man.
Yeah, it's like Monday Night Raw going on right now. Hold on, can y'all hear this?
And I still got one.
Nah, I can't hear it.
I
Okay.
can't either. See, that noise suppression is good, man.
I thought I had the
I had
joint routed through. I thought I had my browser routed through Discord, but yeah.
I had to kill my camera because I'm not in the place where my stand joint is, and yeah.
Oh, it's all good.
I can't keep holding and flipping it and spinning it around. But no, like that's crazy. Who cares? If that's where they fight, I'm not at all interested.
They want to fight WWE.
Yeah, I'm not at all interested.
Oh man, that would be hilarious.
That's cross
It would
promotion
just
at its
be.
finest.
I'd have nothing. I'd have like that would just right. I forgot about that. I'd have nothing, no more to like the Conor McGregor thing would be done with me. You know what I'm saying? Your comeback is in the WWE. I'm through. I'm done. I got nothing else for Conor McGregor. If that happens, I'm done.
It'll be time to start watching the PFL.
It probably, yeah, it'd be crazy.
It might be. We might just need to do both. Diversify our view.
You have to, yeah, because then, speaking of UFC 300, like they quietly announced like the whole Jamal Hill versus Pereira for 300 as the main event, like literally right after like the knockout.
Yeah.
So that's crazy.
What that like? Crazy. They made you wait like until like 12 a.m. or something. Or like what was it, like 2 a.m. or 4 or some shit
Something
like that?
Yeah.
I don't particularly care for that fight.
That fight was supposed to be UFC 301 in Rio. For Pereira to fight, in his home country as a champion, but they didn't have anything for UFC 300. Everything that they had fell through.
He claimed he's gonna be ready to fight at 301 already.
Yeah, that's what was scheduled. So they just moved it up to 300 because they were trying to get Leon versus Chimaev, but Chimaev can't get in the country. So, right. And apparently nobody knows why, but I think that's why Chimaev just doesn't fight.
Wow, he knows.
He knows definitely.
Right. He used to be a big online presence. I don't see him that much anymore. What was I about to say? No, Pereira said that after he blows through Jamal Hill, he's gonna be ready to fight at 301. So he wanna fight at 300 and 301. Like that's what he's saying. Like it's not gonna be. He pulling a what was your name? Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury was like, I'm gonna fight Francis Ngannou, and then I'm gonna turn around and fight my mans. He still ain't fight that nigga. Like that fight still ain't happening.
And Ngannou about to fight Anthony Joshua.
Right, and Brown about to fight again right now. This
Yep.
fool right here is still training. I'm still injured. Right, you got your ass whooped. Changed your life. That dude changed your whole life. And I said it. I've been said it. I've been said them dudes fight like big idiots in there. They look like big buffoons. They do not fight like boxers. When you put a dude in there who was boxing because he was taking training from a heavyweight boxer who boxed, not just went in there wailing and swinging around like a moron. And it
And
irks me
laying
when
on you.
people was just right, like, and just hanging on to you, like, and it drove me crazy. This dude is real serious. He's high level boxer. I mean, he's one of the best. He's probably the best ever in heavyweight division. What are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? And you know who I blame that on? The Klitschko brothers. Actually, I say it straight up. They brought that. I'ma look good, but I'ma just come in here and swing around like a jerk. That type of style into the game. And I think it's because they was on top for so long. I mean, Vitaly Klitschko was like the heavyweight champ for like a decade or something like that. So it was like boring. Like nobody cared, until Anthony Joshua beat him. You know what I mean? Now it's got all this traction and people are watching again. But before that, nobody cared. Vitaly Klitschko just kept beating everybody. Like they ran the game for like the longest time. No one gave a shit. But like they brought that into the situation, yo. They brought that whole swinging just all over the place, looking like an idiot. Joshua started to bring it back, and then Dante Wilder, Jesus. Like that's a dude. That's a dude who. All right, we supposed to be talking, but just fighting words, man.
Yeah.
So this is what we do. That's a dude who maybe could stand from a couple tweaks to his coaching staff. He is physically gifted in a way most people aren't, but stylistically in the ring, he is awkward and ineffective against better competition. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even though he beat Tyson Fury, but it shouldn't have been a question. They gave Tyson Fury like a 15 count, like that shit bullshit. But it shouldn't have been a question.
Yeah, I mean, I think
It shouldn't have been a question.
I think as he gets older and his powers start to diminish, he's going to have to really tweak those fundamentals. And I think it's kind of harder for him because he didn't start boxing until he was like in his late 20s, right?
Yeah. But that's what I say, because he's physically gifted in a way most people aren't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not taking away from the brother at all. Dante Wilder is the man. And I would say this to his face, like through that glass that people can't break. You hear me? Like,
he might be able to break it.
Hey, I'm gonna be gone by the time he get through it. He ain't gonna break the money makers. He not gonna break the money makers. He gonna keep his hands. They probably insured and all that. He ain't gonna break the money makers. So I'll be alright on the other side. But you know what I'm saying? I want to see the brother win is what I'm saying. And I feel like you taught, like you called it, the fundamentals. I feel like that's what he's like. He needs boxing. You know what I'm saying? He's got the power. You know what I mean? And he's a boxer. He was a world heavyweight champion. You know what I mean? But he could just you know what I mean? He could be so much more because I think he's on a skid right now, and he shouldn't be. Stop standing out front kissing statues of yourself. Jerk. Like, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? You are not the heavyweight champion anymore, yo. Like, and you out here kissing statues of yourself. Stop it.
And you ventured like in the music. I know you had like a music video, song.
He has a song?
Yeah.
Is he rapping too?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, but it was kind of like singing, rapping, or something like that.
No.
Yeah.
Not DC Young Fly. Not DC Young Fly.
Yeah,
Man, he
girl
want to
in
do
the video.
R&B.
Yeah. Had his shirt off and
Oh, and
everything.
it
The
was a
whole thing.
family affair. Stop playing, yo. Wait,
Yeah,
yo. How
it
did
was like a whole thing.
Yo, that's nuts, yo. That's nuts.
Oh,
I'm gonna
every
have to
time
look that up.
featuring Marcellus Wilder. Wow. I mean, he's gonna end up like fucking my man Tyron Woodley.
Yo, we can't go there. We can't go there. We can't go there.
Cause
I don't know. I'm sure Wilder saved his money. I'm sure it'll be good.
He was in
yeah,
NWA, wasn't he? He was in Straight Outta Compton.
he
That
was.
You
movie.
really thought? Yeah, he was in Straight Outta Compton. He was he never said anything. He was a part of like Ice Cube's like homeboy crew.
Okay,
Just hung out in the background and shit.
just being himself.
Yeah, just standing around looking very intimidating.
Being himself, but like what? But in the '80s though.
Yeah. If he was built like that back in the 80s, he'd have been the man on the set. Man, you sure? All he would have had to do was stand there. Like, he wouldn't
Yeah.
even really had to do nothing. They'd have seen a nigga coming around the corner and been done. Oh, shit, never mind.
But yeah, like Tyron, once he started rapping and getting real serious with it, and some of his songs, they're kind of alright, but especially once your music starts getting halfway decent, like you're gonna get knocked out a lot because you spend so much time on that.
Right, because you're not putting as much primary focus.
Yeah,
I mean,
like Roy Jones, like his songs were good, but he was just like screaming his truth on there. There was no attempt at like lyricism. It was just
right. When I was young, I was hungry. I started boxing. Now I got money.
Yep.
Y'all must have forgot.
Yeah, we felt unstoppable at that time, man. When he had that main song of his.
Yeah, that's the joint. Right. Oh, right. Keep the head. What? Right. What was it? Yeah, not something bang your head or.
Yeah, like he had like 3 joints that were bubbling, and he had like 2 albums, like a group album or something like that.
Yeah, he had a whole little crew. Yeah. But it's interesting to think about that because Zab Judah was in a video with Raekwon, and then after that he started getting his ass whooped. Like I kind of, I'm wondering if there's some correlation. If there's some sort of correlation here.
And like once Joanna Young J-Check, I always said once she was on Hot 97
right.
in a dress, speaking a lot better English, like you can understand her, I was like, oh, she's not winning anymore.
Right, she's focused on other things.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just did this whole little cooking thing was Wei Lee.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they was hanging out, looking mad friendly.
That's because got that bag.
I mean, that's cool though. Right, that's cool though, because it was Fight of the Night too, and she's got a lot of Fight of the Nights. So.
Yeah, Dana probably took care of him in the back after that fight.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because that's his girl.
Yeah.
And she gangster, and she always, whenever he asked her, "Yo, can you handle it?" She handled it. So.
Yeah, and it's crazy because like I just remember the first time I saw her, it was before the ESPN deal, and I had Fight Pass, and it was a random Saturday morning. Like remember when they used to have fights just randomly at like 11 in the morning, and so I turned it on.
Yeah, if they was in some other country or whatever.
Yeah, and it was only on Fight Pass. I turned it on, and it was her, and I forget what fight it was, but she was just beating the shit out of somebody, and then they called her the Queen of Violence, and I was just hooked ever since.
Yeah, she was a beast.
Yeah,
she was a beast. She was she was like, "You're gonna show some respect to me." I can't remember what it was. Like she was like, "You're gonna show some respect to me," and she just kept telling the girl, and she was pointing in her face, "You're gonna show some respect to me." Man, they got in the ring, she beat the ever loving crap out of that girl, bro. Like it was amazing. Like Joanna, Joe Shank, Joe Shank, Joanna, yeah, absolutely love Shorty. Absolutely love Shorty.
But yo, how good is Wei Lee to still be the champion after fighting her? Like
Wei
really,
Lee is
it's like she passed the torch to her almost.
did you see Wei Lee's training footage?
Nah,
Yeah. Wei Lee is training to kill you in there and then smile, bow, and walk out. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm not bullshitting. Like the fight that she lost that time, she was too hubris, and I promise you that's all it was. She was so full of herself and her prowess, she went in there and lost. If I'm not mistaken, she got knocked out. I can't remember. She went in there and lost, right? But she got her
Yeah,
belt back because
against Rose, I think.
against Rose, right? It was a fluke. It wasn't. It shouldn't happen because she should have whipped Rose's ass, and that's
Yeah.
why in the second fight she went in there and whipped Rose's ass. So you know, she's a like bro, and I'm not even bull. She's scary, and any woman in that division, don't call her out. Don't run your mouth to her. Like she trains to go in there, kill you, smile, and leave. Like she won some fight quick, nasty, boop, blah, 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 blah. And she was disappointed. She was like, there was so many areas where, and it was funny because in your mind, you're like, dang, she could have kicked her in the face right there. After the fight was over, she like, there was so many areas where there's high kicks and such that she could have gone like, dang, like she's like critiquing her. She didn't even see a replay. She just knows I should have kicked her in her face. It's like right then and there. Like this lady is like what I'm trying to tell you is otherworldly, other planet. She is absolutely Hall of Fame material. She's got another few defenses where she's going to have to put in that GOAT conversation.
Yeah.
Because her reign, I genuinely feel like after that loss, her reign is going to be pure dominance.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about a coasting to victory. She's going to punish people that come up there to challenge her throne. And that's what I genuinely feel about her. And I can't wait to see it. I'm up front for every one of those fights.
Yeah, and that's that violent spirit that we were talking about. Like
Absolutely,
that's
what I'm saying. Her, Joanna had it. My Russian mobster, what's her name? The Valentina Shevchenko. Oh my God, yes, killers. I love it. Absolute murderers, and that's what I like. That's what I used to like about Ronda Rousey until she punked out.
Yeah, but it was another fight. Speaking of which, on the first fight of the regular prelims to Renya Nakamura, he won. It's crazy, yo. He was a minus 1350 favorite against Carlos Vera, and he did his thing, but when he got the mic, he almost started crying. He was like, "I'm so sorry, I did not finish him," and like it looked like he was about to burst into tears.
Wow, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. These dudes, they train to. Yeah. They not out here playing. Some of these folks is out here like for real, out here to hurt and be done with it. So yeah.
And he's Nakamura. He's Japanese, but there's another Chinese fighter.
Oh yeah, dude, they got that crazy knockout.
Yeah, Zhong Ming Yang.
Ming Yang, yeah.
Yo,
that was nuts.
He's
with the hands.
Yeah.
With the hands. It was nasty.
Like
he knocked that dude out 2 times before he hit the ground.
He's going to be the light heavyweight champion.
Oh yeah.
He must be like one of the very first, if not the first, Chinese light heavyweight.
Yeah, probably.
Crazy.
But at least the first one good enough for us to remember.
Yeah.
In the UFC.
Well, I mean, they were just swinging though, you know. So I don't know what to say about that fight.
Nah, yo, there was precision in that strike. Yes, precision that strike. He went over, he came under. Then when that one landed, he went back over with the other hand. Like there was precision. Like there's wailing, and like for example, Max Holloway. He points to the middle of the ring. The person comes in the middle of the ring, and they just start throwing bombs. It looks like they're just throwing shots. And honestly, the guy, most of the people he fights, that's what they're doing, but that's what he's counting on. His boxing is so high level, right? So, well, his striking. I gotta stop calling it boxing. His striking is so high level that it's like when they're just throwing all of they just going left, right, like the old video games. Where the boxers were just overhead like lollipops with arms. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like they're just doing that left, right, left, right. He's coming down those middle angles. You know what I'm saying? He's looping over the top. You know what I mean? He's mixing it up with uppercuts. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole bunch of shots, but he's throwing them in combinations, just the same as they're just going left, right, left, right, left, right. You know what I'm saying? So it's not the Clay Guida, Nate. What was it? Clay Guida and Nightmare Diaz. What was his name? And they had that fight, and they just were grabbing each other, punching each other in the face for like 3 minutes. Like they're not doing that anymore, man. CT is a real thing, and fighters are, being more intelligent. So in the middle of that exchange, he had to angle a lot of those shots, to get through a guard and to get through the advancement of his striking. So I felt like he was very well executed because he was advancing forward. You feel me? Like if they were just standing there swinging on each other, he was going for that shot. But what I don't like about his striking is it is very wide.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was very wide. So you get out of Sanya, you're gonna get hit. Yeah, Strickland, you're gonna get nailed. You know what I mean? Like you can't punch that wide. So as he moves forward, they're gonna have to work on that. But it was nasty as shit, and I hope he got a bonus for that. I didn't check the bonus list, but I hope he got a bonus for that because it was nasty. That was nasty.
Yeah, performance
And
of
if
the
he
night.
gets better, he's champ. He's champ.
Yeah, Zhang Mingyang, he got performance of the night.
Nice.
Who else did? Fight of the night, Amanda Lemos, Mackenzie Dern.
Obvious. Obvious. We didn't even
Yeah,
talk about that.
that
We didn't even
was.
get to that yet.
And I, I look back at it. Yo, Dern did her thing. She did her
Yes.
thing, but Lemos
She
was just
fought
too much.
valiantly with a broken face. Are you
Yeah,
serious? Are you kidding me? I'd have tapped. Like, oh shit! Nah. This should hurt. This should hurt. Because if it hurt bad enough to go down like that in the middle of a fight, like
mm-hmm.
it hurts. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this is the UFC, so she's been through amateur after amateur thing. This is the game. This is the show. So if you go down like that in the middle of a fight, it really hurts.
And
So,
then
and then
and
she
then the
fought
next
fought
round,
after that.
yeah, like the next round, she got up and like she started revving the crowd up and everything. Like,
Absolutely. Like she fought.
yeah,
She didn't come in there and like coast and like protect her neck or, so to speak, just like, make sure she didn't get hit in the face anymore. Nah, she was just in that fight. Like it was not even like it didn't even happen. So nah, Mackenzie Dern's stock is way up. She done got nothing to worry about in that department. But Tick said it last time. Some night it's just that night where it could just be that one little thing. And she got hit with that one little thing. Just somebody striking was just that clean, that much cleaner than hers. And I feel like she was a little bit better on the ground after the first round. I had what was her name? Oh, what was her name? Dern's who she lost to. 'Cause I think I had her to win.
The Brazilian.
Andrade.
Yeah. Who?
Andrade.
She ain't fighting Andrade on Saturday.
Oh,
Jessica
no, Lemos.
Lemos. Right,
Yeah,
right.
Andrade was the one before. That's what you're talking about.
Okay. Wait a minute, hold on. Jessica. Oh, I must have. Oh, right. I didn't see the prelims. I didn't see the prelims. Yeah. Nah. That fight was ill. Um, I had Lemos to win that fight, but would thoroughly and continuously just impressed by how good Mackenzie Dern really is.
Yeah. It's just that
Seriously.
division is just so, there's so many notable names that that she's going up against, because she had to go against Lemos this time. Her last fight was against Andrade. Both of them are
Yeah.
former champions, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. She lost those fights. Before that, she beat Angela Hill. Before that,
Who's a veteran and can fight her ass off.
yeah, and Hill's her last fight was a fucking war. Like, I know Dana appreciated that one.
Right. She's a beast.
Yeah, for
To
Maryland.
be so small like that.
Yeah.
Right. She be right. For sure. She is from Maryland. Be small like that. She's a beast.
She lost to Jan, who is Jan Shalanon, who is
Oh
probably
yeah.
up against. She's the number one contender against Wei Lee, so that's going to be interesting. Did they fight already or nah? Not
Man.
happen.
Oh,
Jan Shalanon versus Wei Lee, so that's probably up next, and it's going to be a fucking
Yeah, that's gonna be madness.
Chinese Civil War.
Right. That's gonna be madness. Oh, that's gonna be madness. It's gonna be wonderful. That's gonna be wonderful.
Yo, it's funny. Speaking of Dern, I saw this video of her training with Paulo Costa, and Paulo Costa was like, "What do you say?" He said, "I'm gonna use your butt as a grip." And then
Oh
lifted her up.
yeah.
I was like, I would too.
That was Henry
It's
Cejudo.
It's yeah.
Henry
I'm
Cejudo.
getting it mixed up.
He was
But
like,
yeah.
I'm gonna use a butt as a grip, and I'm gonna come right up underneath it here. And I'm like, look at this nigga talking crazy. Everybody gonna use her butt as a grip. Nigga, shut up. But she can fight, bro. And like the crazy thing is, I didn't know nothing about her whole fanfare for like her being attractive. You know what I mean? Like I just was peeping that because I don't be checking for that type of shit. But I was just peeping like, who is this? Like she can fight her ass. Like, she built like a swimmer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Top half is extraordinarily chiseled and refined. You know what I mean? Like a swimmer's physique. They be crazy strong on the top half. Like she a beast, bro. She gonna be champion. She gonna be champion. I'm telling you. And she and I give her like 2 defenses. Champion 2 defenses. You know? Because she not gonna be no Misha Tate. She not gonna be no Misha. She's not gonna be Holly Holm for that matter. Even though, whatever. I'm gonna leave that alone. We wasn't even talking about that. But we were talking about once before Nemesis and UFC, DC, John Jones. I got another one. Oh no, what was his name? Dog. All right, Tito Ortiz and Frank. Oh my gosh. Not Frank. What is his name? He was in the WWE too.
Ken Shamrock.
Like Ken Shamrock.
Yeah,
there it
yeah.
is. All his brothers fought. Yeah, that's that. Ken Shamrock cannot beat Tito Ortiz. That's another one. Who, no matter what happens, every time he fought Tito Ortiz whipped his ass, and they fought like 3, maybe 4 times. I think they fought one time too many because they probably fought again not that long ago. And Frank Trigg and Matt Hughes.
Oh damn!
Like
So
Trigg.
Tito Ortiz, you fought Frank Shamrock and Ken Shamrock. he lost to Frank back in UFC 22, and then he beat Ken Shamrock 3 times, I guess, out of
Right.
revenge.
Yeah, they had a whole thing because they was like guests. I mean, what do you call that? Coaches. They was like coaches on the house.
Oh, the
on
Ultimate
Tough.
Fighter.
Yeah, there was coaches on Tough because Tough used to come on Spike, so I used
Yeah.
to catch it all the time back on Spike. And yeah. They kept about the like they was fierce. They hated each other. Like they hated each other. Fierce competitors. And they just couldn't stop fighting. Like they fought like it was like over and over and over again. You just kept saying Shamrock Ortiz this time, and then Ken Shamrock kept getting his ass whipped because he was way too old to be fighting anybody. He just looked like he could still fight, but he was way too old to be fighting anybody.
And he was on drugs, wasn't he? I think he had like a mean pill addiction or something.
He looks like that too. To be honest with you. Like I don't know why they kept letting that shit happen.
I mean, that's what
So
they
he's
did back in
running
the
out of
day.
people to fight.
I mean, same thing they used to do with, or they probably still do with the wrestlers is, you just get them the painkillers and the opioids and send them out there. You know,
Go fight, motherfucker.
don't worry about the pain. We got this for you, and then they get hooked on it.
Right. Well, they definitely do that in wrestling. The motherfuckers fight almost every day of the week. I mean, every day of the year. In the UFC, they take tons of time off in between fights. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand it at all.
But then,
You get one damn fight and they get 6 months off. Well, first they get time to heal, and then they get 6 months off.
yeah, it's like, goddamn, like, how do y'all make? That's what I want to know. Like, some of these fighters, especially like the lower, or like even the unranked ones, like, how are you living to survive?
Yeah, they got regular jobs. They got regular. Most of them fools be having regular jobs, yo. They not fully doing that. That's why a lot of them you always hear that they have a gym. You know, so that's the way that they compensate some income. They got a gym. And then they heavy with the endorsements. You know, do any endorsement you can do. Take anybody that would let you do whatever. And then you always see these fools on podcasts and stuff like that because you know you got to get as much as you can, especially the unranked fighters. Now, if you unranked and you've been around for a minute, you still have value, you know, in the circuit and in the world of UFC knowledge because you've been around long enough to talk some shit. You got some stories. You know, you probably could tell a thing or two. You know, but young cats, yo, they just gotta grind out. You know what I'm saying? Do the best they can.
Like
Take advantage of every opportunity.
Homeboy on the prelims, homeboy from Memphis. What was his name?
Right-handed guard.
Yeah.
Right-handed guard. Guard left-handed.
Yeah. Danny Barlow. That's his name. Danny Barlow. He got on that mic, and I was like, "Yo, he's about to be the man in Memphis. Like, he's gonna be able to pull up anywhere. He's gonna do all of the advertisements for like car dealerships and
right
club hostings and appearances. Like,
right, the local pizza joint.
Yeah, I mean, his accent was so thick I could barely understand it, but I know they understood him with Memphis.
Right, back where he at.
Yeah.
Right, back they knew exactly what he was talking about. I missed that. That's funny. I'm about to look at it.
Yeah, and the dude who he fought, the guy he fought, Josh Quinlan, he looked like he was coming out to murder him. I was like, oh man, but nope.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got peeped that. You said it was a prelim.
Yeah, it was the first one on the list, on the regular prelim one. But oh yeah, how about your man? What fight was it? That mean submission. Anthony Hernandez versus Roman Kopylov. When he choked him out, and then he didn't get it, so he let the dude think he was escaping, and then got him pretty much in a
then
headlock.
He started smiling.
Yeah,
that was the dopest, most gangster moment. And first of all, yeah, we gotta definitely get back to that because that was the hardest thing I feel like ever right then. I'm like, what's he talking about? Anthony Hernandez? Yes. when the dude, we thought it was a wrap right then. We thought it was a wrap right then, and it looked like yo was about to tap. But the second he switched arms on him, like I don't feel like I've ever seen anybody that easily toss a dude to his other arm to choke him on the other arm.
And just the
You know
level
what I'm
of
saying? And then when
confidence
he
to
just,
do that.
oh my gosh, and then smiled at his corner like, yeah, we got it now. I got it now.
And he got a bonus. He got the performance of the night bonus too. Like, well
He
deserved.
deserves it. Every fucking penny. Awesome, 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 awesome. They need to show that clip as a reminder. I don't know for whatever whatever it is. Like show that clip, show that all the time. They need to put that in the promo for when they start the UFC pay-per-views. They need to put that in there. That big smile on his face and choking
Yeah.
that fool out. That's like when Nate Diaz threw up the double middle fingers when he got the submission lock on that dude. Like that's just one of them, yo. I'm telling you, that's one of them. That shit was crazy. That shit was I forgot all about that.
Yeah, that was crazy, man.
Like the look of joy. I'm looking at this. I'm looking at it right now. The look of joy on this dude's face is just it's incredible, yo. It's incredible, yo. Yes. Yeah, I definitely remember. Yeah, mine. Yeah, yeah. Fighting night bonus, wonderful. Who else got a bonus?
It was Anthony Hernandez got one. Topuria got one.
Okay.
They got performance of the night, fight of the night, Lemos, Mackenzie Dern, and Zhang Mingyang. He got a performance of the night bonus
He got
as
a
well.
performance of the night bonus. Okay. 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 Nah. So overall, how'd you feel about 298, Singard?
Overall, I thought it was a good card. I mean, really, like from the early prelims all the way up, I think pretty much every fight was good. And I think yet again, it demonstrates certainly a pattern of new champions being crowned. So yet again, it leads us to a volatile future, and I think this is like another reason why UFC 300 just kind of hasn't panned out, because a lot of like the dominant champions, they keep getting blown up, and then people keep getting injured because they keep destroying people, and they destroy themselves, and because of that, and then because of McGregor, he's called McGregor now. There's like no
Right.
one. Yeah, I just feel like there's been so much chaos like within like the past year and a half. Like this is why 300 is just like kind of like. I mean, I guess it's not a bad card, but it's just not like. Dano, he just overhyped
what you want.
Yeah, I just think if he doesn't hype it the way that he has been, maybe it wouldn't be that bad. But yeah, but good card overall.
Okay. What about you, Maggie?
Yeah, I think the UFC is kind of in a rebuilding spot where they're building up new stars, and I think that this card is kind of like the start of some of these new people that we have coming up. Oban Elliott, he was on the early prelims, and he had he had a great post-fight speech and a little moment with Mark Zuckerberg, and he ended up on the MMA Hour. Danny Barlow, Zhang Mingyang, Nakamura. It was some of these fighters' first fight in the octagon, and they showed out. And I think we've seen who's going to be at the top when it comes time for UFC 350 and possibly 400 in the future.
Right, for sure. I can definitely get with that. For sure. Considering that on the actual night in question, I was thoroughly distracted. I do believe it was an entertaining card. Yeah, I mean it was an entertaining card. I mean, which is the best you can hope for. It had intrigue. You know what I'm saying? With the Volk fight, heartbreak because Volk lost for me. Well, for us.
Yeah.
But it was a very entertaining card through and through. I do feel like, and I'm gonna say this, it's been a while. Man, there was a pay-per-view. I don't remember if we watched it all together, but it was a pay-per-view not that long ago. Nah, we was texting. We was texting. Um, where it was just the whole card was just nuts. Like every fight was crazy. The whole card was just nuts. But then before that, it was like another little while. So it's like I'm hoping that the UFC picks up steam. And I think the reason I feel that way, you actually already broke down. You know what I'm saying? Like all of the rebuilding process because all of the champs keep getting dropped. You know what I mean? What are we gonna do? What are they gonna do if John Jones loses and still retires? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are they gonna do if John Jones loses and doesn't decide to rematch? He's like, oh well, I had it for a long time. Whatever, I'm done anyway. Like, what are they gonna do if John Jones does that? Seriously, are they prepared? Do they seem prepared?
I mean,
So,
Stipe is gonna retire, and then they're just gonna set it up for Aspinall.
but so John Jones and Stipe are gonna retire after that fight.
That's what the word is. This is their last fight. That's why Aspinall is trying to fight John since I guess Stipe got injured or one of them got injured. He wants to, make his interim belt real, but they're just trying to have this last big fight for John and Stipe.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Aspinall and John Jones.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
I think
We didn't
Aspinall
get to
is
see
going to hold
much
it
of
for a
John
while.
Jones as well. Oh, for sure. Whenever he does get it, he's gonna have it for a while. I agree with that for sure. But we haven't gotten to see much of John Jones at a heavyweight.
No, not
That
at
Cyril
all.
Gann fight was so quick. We didn't
Yeah.
get to see anything.
That was like 5 seconds.
Right. Like word. Like wasn't it for sure like under a minute or about a
Yeah.
minute?
It might have been like 8 seconds. That's a big difference for John.
Terrible. Right. Because like when you think about all we saw him do was like throw a kick. I don't remember who initiated the takedown. I'm pretty sure Cyril Gann did, considering how he lost. Like, and then he choked him and he tapped. That dude was surprised that he tapped. You know what I'm saying? So we don't really know what John Jones looks like as a heavyweight. We have no idea.
Yeah.
So I can't say for sure who would win if he took on Tom. I really can't say. Because if I had to base it solely on what I saw so far in his heavyweight career, I'd actually have to go with Tom. Because I've seen Tom weather adversity. I've seen him not choke under submission attempts, but be able to navigate them. We didn't see much of that from Cyril prior to that, and then you see why. Because he gets caught up and then clearly he panics, or whatever that is. I mean, pain is pain for everybody, so I guess he was like, fuck it, and just decided to go ahead and tap out. I mean, I would have too, but that's why I'm not a fighter.
Yeah.
For real. But I thought it was entertaining. I really look forward to the retooling to complete because I'm looking for some more entertaining cards where it's all entertaining. You know what I'm saying?
Well, next week looks pretty crazy. The fight night, it's in Mexico City. Moreno versus Royval 2. And co-main event, you got Yair Ortega.
T City.
You got Paul Rosas Jr. Oh, Paul Rosas Jr. is on the card. He's
okay. Oh shit.
He's like, what? Is he 18 yet?
Right. Is he like freshly 19? Maybe this year.
Let me see. Yep, he's 19.
There we go.
You know, I really want to see. Speaking of like the young fighters like that, like, you know, sometimes I'll be watching the one championship that Friday fights the Muay Thai, and you know, kids. I saw this like 16, 17-year-old knock out this 20-something-year-old dude. Just
yikes!
It was crazy. Like, I would like to see some of them start to come over to the UFC to see who, you know, who really has the best fighters. Because to me, like, the best talent is between one and, I mean, PFL is coming up, but since I've been watching, you know, one a lot more, and especially with the Muay Thai, that type of fast-paced, hardcore striking, with, like, no breaks. You know, I would like to see how they, you know, fare in that UFC MMA type of setting.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, they tried that, right? Wasn't that kind of Sage Northcutt's thing? Like, wasn't
Yeah, it was Sage Northcutt, and it was, of course, Demetrius Johnson, but he's been pretty dominant over there.
Well, with Demetrius Johnson, we not even going.
Yeah.
But I feel like in the UFC though, Sage Northcutt was like, what did he come from? No, he was a karate champion. But wasn't he a kickboxing champion too? And he was just like that no holds barred, non-stop attack mode, and then like he got his ribs broken, like
so
or something like that.
So he's the 4th Dan black belt in Kaiyu Jukenbo, which I've never heard of before. It's a hybrid martial art from Hawaii. All right, he's a 3rd Dan black belt in Taekwondo. He's a black belt. He's a black belt in Shoryu. That's the Okay, it's a Hispanic form of karate. And he's a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and he did NCAA wrestling, collegiate wrestling.
This is a scary dude, like Jesus.
And he's only 27.
Yeah, because he was like the youngest UFC dude at the time before Rojas came along. He was the young cat at one point, but that's very impressive. He was supposed to fight in Pride recently, but they had like a customs issue or whatever. They canceled his fight.
In Pride?
I think it was Pride. I can't remember. I said Pride. PFL.
Okay.
Or something like that. But he couldn't get. It was something about customs or something like that. They had to cancel his fight.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to see him win, because he wasn't ready for the UFC. But I'd like to see him. I'd like to see him get ready, you know, for the UFC and come over. I feel like he'd be a dominant champion if he could get in, you know, proper position. I mean, he's been competing forever. You know what I mean? He was on the cover of Black Belt magazine when he was like, I don't know, 6. So, you know what I mean? The dude's the real deal. You know what I mean? You just want to see him do well. But I'd like to see him get over to the UFC.
Yeah, he had a lot of wins in the UFC before he went to 1. He had 2 fights and 1 so far. He had a loss on his first one, and he won his second one. But UFC, he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's 6-2 in the UFC.
Yeah, his losses were just bad, I think. And then he got injured. Like, it was something that he got injured in some crazy way. And he just never came back to the UFC. It was something else. I don't know. It was something that happened with that Sage Northcutt situation.
Okay, Northcutt was expected to face Andrew Holbrook on January 20th, 2016 at UFC on Fox 18. 2018. It's way back. However, after
Wow.
Holbrook withdrew for an injury. Howard plus injury. I don't see anything on Wikipedia at least about him being injured. Okay, yeah, he got. Okay, so he was injured, and McDessie was injured back in 2017.
Okay.
He has a major.
Was
Hold on. He was majoring in petroleum engineering.
What? That's wild.
And in January 2017, he announced that he would withdraw from Texas A&M to train mixed martial arts full time.
Wow.
So that was in 2017. So he was in college. He was in college for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of his UFC fights, and he was 3-2 at that point. And he was in Legacy FC before that, which I guess is the LFC now.
Yeah.
I mean LFA.
That's hilarious.
Crazy.
And then he college for some like real smart shit too. Like you wasn't like in there for like sports something or physical training. Like wow. Petroleum engineering. You always trying to save the world.
Or fuck it up worse.
Right. Or one or the other. That's true. But wow, he decided I'm just gonna beat people up instead.
And his girl, hold on, his girl is known for her voice acting as Blossom in the Powerpuff Girls.
Oh shit.
And she did
Wait a minute, what?
She did voice acting in the Netflix animated series Trolls, and the beat goes on. And she was Polly Planter in the 2019 Disney Channel animated series Amphibia. She's also known for her recurring role as Emma in the freeform drama series The Fosters. Okay, so she married Sage Northcutt in 2020. She been on Criminal Minds. She been on a lot of stuff.
Oh, this chick. Yeah.
So they starting a little. Now she blows up on Taylor Swift level.
That ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, that's probably not. But all in all, good fights. I think next week is an exciting card. A lot of great Mexican fighters on that card. So they're trying to do UFC Noche again.
Nice. That would be what's up.
Yeah, which I'm not mad at again. I'm not mad at all. Especially not with Brandon Moreno and Royval. And the week after that, there's a fight night before the O'Malley Vera. Rosenstruck versus Gaziev. It's a heavyweight bout. I just feel like they're just going to flop over each other.
Yeah, Rosenstruck is definitely a knockout fighter. So that's what he's going to be going for. Tyson Pedro, and what's this? Vitor Petrino? Yeah, okay, I'm gonna just take it. Yo, he's 10-0.
Yeah, I remember watching him before.
As a light heavyweight. Wait a minute, he's 10-0 as a light heavyweight? That's crazy. And he's 26?
Yeah, 3 wins in the UFC. He beat Turkalaj, Pacino, and Volkanovski.
Okay. I might have to go with Vitor. Like, I'm telling you right now. Let me see. You got Alex Perez, Muhammad Mokaev, and then Eric Anders, Jamie Pickett. I didn't know Jamie Pickett still fought. Is this the Jamie Pickett I'm thinking about? Yeah. Who else?
Nurmagomedov.
Another murderer. Like, these niggas is everywhere. Wait a minute, hold up, guys. Right. More fights. Damn. Let's see. Moreno. Am I at the right thing? I'm not. My shit got messed up. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Matthew Christopher Schnell and Steve Urchik, whatever. No, next week's gonna be dope. That's gonna be dope. That's gonna be a good fight night.
Yeah.
The next week and the week after that, it's gonna be a good fight night until we get to the next UFC, to the next pay-per-view. 299.
Good old Sean O'Malley. I don't know. He just looked like he about to get knocked out, but we'll see.
I really want. Right, we'll see. I'm gonna leave it at that too, because I want him to win, but Cheeto don't fuck around. Like, Cheeto's real in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, but so is Sean. So it's gonna be a really good fight. I'm really looking forward to 299. Really looking forward to that.
Michael Venom Page is fighting Kevin Holland that fight, that pay-per-view.
What, at 299?
Yeah.
Oh, damn, I thought it was 300.
No way. Right, I thought he was at. I thought that was a 300 fight.
Nah, it's 299. You got Sean O'Malley, Marlon Vera. You got Dustin Poirier versus Benoit Saint Denis. You got Kevin Holland versus Michael Page. You got Gilbert Burns versus Jack Della Magdalena. Peter Yan versus Song Yadong. Prelims, you got Curtis Blades versus Jelson Almeida. All these fights are...
Wow, prelims.
Yeah,
right.
Caitlin Sermonara versus Macy Barber. Gamrot versus Rafael Dos Anjos. Gamrot's gonna destroy that old man. I'm sorry.
For sure.
RDA still looks okay. Still looks pretty good.
Yeah. Pedro versus Kyler. Michael Pereira versus Michael O. They got a lot of
Michael O.
They got a lot of early prelims on this one.
They should bring the early prelims back. Like, it's kind of weird why like they don't do them anymore anyway, or like not as much.
I guess they got a certain amount contracted for ESPN, and I think a lot of times like a lot of them end up getting canceled. Like, I would be surprised. It's like 1, 2, 3, it's 4 in the early prelims. I would be surprised if it stays 4 all the way these next couple weeks.
Yeah, they stacking it just in case, because every time you go back and check it, it's like 4 or 5 to say cancel.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean 2 or 3 to say cancel. They stacking it just in case. All right.
I think this was good.
I'm glad we got a chance to get back and really get back and do it. We got some listeners?
It's 4 people on. Yeah. I mean, it says 4 people on Rumble. I put in the chat, was a good chat, but nobody said anything. But thank you all for checking us out on Rumble.
Rumble.
Doesn't look like anybody on YouTube.
Rumble. Gotta play a Wu-Tang game now.
Nobody.
Right, for sure. Oh shit.
I was playing it not too long ago, matter of fact.
What? On with the little emulator joint?
Yeah.
Oh shit. That's crazy. That's funny. Well, shout out to everybody at Rumble. You know what I mean? Tell your friends to tell a friend. You know, we only gonna get better. We only gonna grow stronger. That's it, man. I appreciate y'all, man. I'm glad we was able to at least get back and talk about this, considering how crazy everything got. We gonna be much more on point. this
Absolutely.
weekend. You know what I'm saying? We much more on point.
Yeah, hell yeah. All right, until Saturday, fighting words out.